Have you ever been the friend everyone leans on until the day you needed them? The day I stopped helping everyone was the day I realized something painful. No one actually knew me. They only knew what I could do. I was 20, crammed into a tiny apartment in the US, juggling college classes and a part-time job at a campus coffee shop. From the outside, my life looked stable. Inside, I was exhausted, but I had built this reputation for being available. Always. If someone needed lecture notes at 2 a.m., I sent them. If someone was drowning in assignments, I stayed up rewriting their work. If someone was having a breakdown, I listened for hours. Even when my own deadlines were screaming, my inner circle was for people. Jason was the king of last-minute chaos. Picture this. It's the night before a huge paper is due. My phone buzzes at 11:47 p.m. Bruh, I completely forgot the deadline. Can you help me out real quick? I ended up writing half his paper while mine sat untouched. Mark treated me like his personal tutor. Elena, she shared everything. The panic attacks, the family drama. She'd call crying, and I'd talk her down until 3 a.m. But if I ever mentioned my own stress, the conversation somehow always circled back to her. Chris was just there, always cracking jokes, showing up to hang out, but never once offering real support. He took, laughed, and dipped. At first, it felt amazing to be needed. Jason once said, "You're the only person I can actually count on." That sentence lived rent-free in my head. I thought this was what real friendship looked like, giving everything. So I gave. My time, my energy, my sleep. Even when I was swamped with exams, I'd push my stuff aside. But slowly, something inside me started cracking. I felt this deep mental tiredness that no amount of coffee could fix. I started noticing the patterns. They texted when they needed notes. But when I didn't reach out first, radio silence. Then midterms hit like a truck. Everyone was stressed, and like clockwork, they came running. Jason needed notes. Mark wanted a breakdown. Elena called in tears. I said yes to all of it. I pulled 3 all-nighters in a row. My eyes were burning. My brain was fried. And I still had my own 10-page paper due. For the first time, I reached out for help. I typed, "Guys, I'm actually drowning on this statistics topic. Can anyone explain it?" I watched the typing bubbles appear, then disappear. They were all online. I saw Jason posting a meme. Chris was active. No replies. Not one. The next day in class, they acted completely normal. "Hey man, what's up?" Like nothing happened. That moment broke me. Not because they didn't help, but because it proved I wasn't their friend. I was their free resource. The hurt hit hard, but instead of exploding or begging, I did something quieter. I started saying no. When Jason hit me with another last-minute request, I replied, "Sorry, I'm slammed with my own stuff this time." When Elena called for another late-night vent, I picked up but kept it short. "Hey, I'm really tired tonight. Can we talk tomorrow?" At first, it felt selfish. My stomach twisted every time I hit send. But then something unexpected happened. I suddenly had time. I slept more than 4 hours a night. I actually finished my own assignments early. I went for walks without my phone blowing up. For the first time in years, I felt peace. Light. Like I could finally breathe. Of course, they noticed. And they didn't like it. Jason texted, "Dude, you've changed. You used to always have my back." Elena said straight up, "You don't care like you used to. It feels like I'm losing my best friend." Those words stung. But then I remembered that night I begged for help and got nothing but silence. So I stayed firm. Just consistent boundaries. And that's when the truth came out. They didn't miss me. They missed the version of me that solved their problems. The group chats slowed down. Invites stopped coming. It hurt like hell, realizing I was a tool. But that pain was also the turning point. I started pouring that energy back into myself. I built a solid morning routine. I picked up gym habits and started reading again. Slowly, I attracted new people. Just 3 or 4, but they were different. They asked, "How are you doing?" They remembered little things. One quiet evening, I was sitting alone, laptop closed, just me, a cup of tea, and the city lights outside the window, and I had this clear realization. Helping people isn't wrong. Losing yourself while doing it, that's the mistake. Real connections aren't built on what you provide. They're built on who you are and whether they actually see you. If I had to boil down what changed, it's 3 things. First, I stopped saying yes to everything. My time and energy became non-negotiable. Second, I started paying attention to actions, not just the words. Anyone can say you're my bro. Few actually show up. Third, I chose myself, even when it felt lonely at first. That discomfort was the price of my peace. Today, I still help people, but never at the cost of my sanity. I protect my energy like it's the most valuable thing I own. So let me ask you, are you the reliable friend right now? Have you ever been ignored the one time you needed support? Drop your story in the comments. Subscribe if you want more stories about rebuilding yourself and choosing your own peace. Next week, I'm dropping how I built friendships that feel equal. Until then, protect your energy. See you in the next one.